Hey guys, so today's video is going to be all about how I shape my nails from square to round. I asked you guys on Snapchat if you wanted me to show you one video from square nails to round to almond, or one from square to round and then another from round to almond, because I am eventually going to have almond nails again because I just miss them so much. And honestly, I think I was getting in like a little bit of a nail rut where I was having like artist block where I couldn't come up with any designs and nothing was exciting me anymore. That happens to me a couple of times a year, I think, where I'm just like, I don't want to see nails, I don't want to do nails, like don't talk to me about nails. And I think that kind of happens to everybody at a certain point, no matter what career you're in. Usually when that happens to me, I know that I need some kind of change. That's just kind of what was happening with me, and I finally decided like I need a nail shape change, like that's it. Also, it was kind of an accident because I broke so many nails on my right hand. I had so many corner breaks that there was really no other choice but for me to have rounded nails, so that's what I did. I never had round on me, so it's just a bit weird. It's just gonna take some getting used to. I don't even know if it's round. I think I would say it's more oval, I guess. Having a round shape is kind of difficult and doesn't really look right on me, so they're just a little bit more oval than round, actually. So whenever I said round before, pretend that I'm saying oval. Anyway, if you want to see how to go from square nails to round nails, then just keep watching. So the process looks a bit complicated, but it's really not. It's actually fairly simple. It's just a little bit tedious. So I'm going for kind of how my pinky looks. Please ignore these ridges, by the way. I made the stupid mistake of peeling a gel off of this nail, but I got a bit lazy, so this is what happens. And then I painted red polish over them, which was another stupid mistake, and so the polish kind of filled into the ridges, but just ignore that. I'm gonna start by clipping the corners of each of these nails. Now, I never really recommend clipping your nails, especially if you're not taking off that much, but since I am going to be doing a lot of filing, I am going to lessen it by clipping just a little bit. You really want to be careful when you clip. I mean, ideally you wouldn't at all, but like I said, I have a lot of filing to do if I don't clip. So you never want to clip exactly where you want your nail to end. You always want to clip above that line. If it makes it easier for you, take some acrylic paint and draw a line of where you want the clipping to go. So I'm gonna clip barely any off, just the corner, just so I don't have to like sit there and file. And I'm just gonna do the same thing here. Don't worry too much about matching them just yet. You can worry about that when you file. And so I'm just gonna do the same here. Now that they're clipped, I'm gonna go ahead and file. If you see my pinky, the curve comes down to the end of the nail. You don't really want the curve to stop anywhere above that. At least for me, it's just gonna make kind of an unnatural shape and it's not gonna look nice and round the way I want it to. You see how right here, it's a little too round to where if I just took the file and rounded this out, I'll just do that really quickly because I know that I'm going to do that eventually. So I'm gonna round this out just to show you guys. This is not really the look that I want. This is a little too round, and my nails are wider, so when you have wider nail beds, I mean, it's all preference, but you really don't want this part to be too wide. I prefer a look that's kind of wider on the bottom and more narrow on the top, like an oval. So right here, I'm gonna file it so that this part is a little closer to the skin. I'm gonna do most of this filing off camera because I hold my finger really close to my face when I do this. So I'm gonna just file these edges down and then I'll come right back. So forgive the dryness. When you file your nails, you usually get some dry patches. All I've done is file the sides down to make this part become a little more pointed. And then once you get to this part of the filing, you just wanna be careful not to file too much off of the top because then your nail is just going to be shorter than you would like. If you do want your nails to be shorter, then you are gonna wanna file over here, but I'm gonna really avoid that. If you can see, there's a little point to the nail where it used to be square and where I was filing. So you just wanna make sure to take your file and very lightly smooth out anything that looks too pointy or too harsh. Another trick to these nails is that you wanna just make sure that the highest point of your fingernail matches the center of your nail at the bottom. Just so everything looks nice and even. It's curving a little too much to the left. So I'm just going to lightly file off some of this part on the left. And if you do get another point on your nail, like I have right up here, just take your file and very lightly smooth it out. You can probably even use a buffer for that part. You just want to make sure that you're not filing off too much of the nail because then you start messing with the length of it. Every so often, just take your nail and hold it up straight and just see how it looks with the rest of your fingers. See how it looks with the finger that it's on. Try to match up the angles the way you want them to be. So to me, this is almost straight. There's just like a little bit right here that I could file off. But this is pretty much the effect that I want. I kind of want it to look eggy, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that on my middle finger, and then I will come back and show you guys how everything looks all together. So this is the end result. The middle finger isn't as pointy as I wanted it to be. I think if it really bothers me, I'll just file it down a little bit more later. This is really the look that I want all of my nails to have. This one will get there soon enough. It's just gonna take maybe another week or so. Let's say your nail is more rounded than you would like. Then the way to fix that is by filing down the sides here in order to get more of a narrow angle. And my middle finger is a little crooked, so when I put it flat, it kind of curves to the left. So I file more toward the right in order to get the center to line up with the center of the bottom of the nail. But this is really the look I was going for. I personally think some designs look so much better on rounded nails like this. And so for me, I want to explore a lot of nail designs and see how they look now that my nail shape is different. Eventually, I do want to shape these into almonds, but they're still a little bit too short. And since my nails are wider, almonds look better when my nails are a little longer. And you also want to make sure that whenever you file your nails and you're all done, you want to go and wash your hands to get all of that dust off and then add some cuticle oil. So I'm actually going to go do that and then come right back and show you which oil I'm using and all that good stuff. I'm going to apply this new OPI ProSpa cuticle oil. It comes in a bottle like this that has a brush applicator. Oh, I pushed too much out. But you basically just push some out. Oh my god, that is so much. I'm just going to try to spread it around. My goodness. I'm actually going to wipe some off, like onto my finger, because that's a lot of oil. This is the first time I've used this package. I've used this before, but this particular bottle is brand new. Ignore the part where it says sample only. I got this a long time ago before the line was released, so they weren't selling it yet, but it is for sale now. And this new ProSpa line by OPI is really great. So I'm just gonna kind of rub it in with my finger. I could use that brush, but I loaded it up with way too much oil, so I'm just gonna go ahead and rub everything in with my finger. I'm gonna let this sit for at least a good 5 to 10 minutes just to make sure that it gets nice and absorbed. So that's it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that I was able to explain it properly, because it's so much easier to just show you how it's done, and there really isn't much to it. It's all about just making sure that the sides of the nails are even and that the curve on both sides is the same angle. If you guys have any questions, feel free to send me a snap or something on Instagram, or comment on the video, I guess. That's probably the best way to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.